This is the 1428 departure to Portkeane via Ballacraig. Board passengers here first of all, so press T to open them doors. So F and S to put it into neutral. Reset the AWS, that sounds hilarious. You guys leave the generator on because the signal up ahead is at danger. Go set up my headlights. So tail lights off. How did these headlights work? Okay, what? Okay. Is it set now? Cool. Headlight. Nice. I need to set my destination. So because we're going to Portkeane, which is basically like a harbour, I could just put in Portsmouth Harbour, which is 28601. So that 28601. Enter. And we have Portsmouth Harbour on the outside. So wait for departure because this train is now set up. Next stop is Marsden Promenade at 1437. So departing Marsden, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour, and we have 5 miles to our first stop, which is Marsden Promenade. There's a 91 on the left going to King's Cross. So yeah, we're on the Tush Trains Marsden route, which is fictional, so it's not really based anywhere. So yeah, we'll be going on the south coast route via Balacraig to Portkeane, even though that 91 will get to Portkeane a lot quicker than we will. So yeah, so my story of this route is that 303s were put on the south coastway route because it's third rail. I guess you could use like literally any other third rail unit, but I figured 303s would be fitting. Because 303s in real life are used by Southern on the south coastway, east-west, a coastway route. So I thought it was fitting. So today our train is formed of 303 215s. Oh yeah, for some reason my cab glows green. I think my train is possessed. So if you want to try this for yourself, you will require the Marsdonshire route, a bunch of other stuff, and a link to the scenario will be in the description. And hopefully by the time this video goes out on Tuesday, ATS would have approved it. Hopefully. So speed limit is now 60 miles an hour, going down to 55 soon. So destinations include Portsmouth Harbour, Bognor Regis, Orr, Depot, Eastbourne, Portsmouth and Southsea, Hove, Seaford, Lewes, Special, Littlehampton, West Worthing, Norton Service and Brighton. My cloud's going green. It's been possessed like an alien or something. Warning of 55. Put the power to 0 and just coast to 55 as we're currently going down in 1282. So yeah, I've been very interested in like fictional routes. Because with a fictional route, you can do whatever you want. You can make up your own story. And also JT did a really good job with the detailing, because if you go to the Portkeane and you go to like the army bit, they did a really creative job with it. Like, I don't think I've seen anywhere else where you can literally load tanks onto a flatbed. So yeah, I think the maximum speed on this route is 60. Also, fairly shortly, we should be coming up to the coast, which looks really pretty. So yeah, my version of, well, my story lore thing is that 2 trains per hour run on this route between Portkeane and Marsden, calling at all stations. Twice an hour per 313s. And also freight to the port. Yeah, I wonder why JT made this part third rail, if the rest of it is either diesel or electric overhead. Because if you go into the coast, wouldn't having overhead make more sense? Because if water gets over the third rail, it won't work because it was short circuit. Come on. There we go. So yeah, I think the route is about 6 years old. Well, if you're watching this in 2020. And it is definitely showing its age. So we have a mile to our next stop. Also, speed limit's going down 50, then 60, then 50. So if you take a look out here, you can see how much detail JT went into. That's really cool. I also like how you have the red road, like you do at most promenades. So speed limit's going down to 50. What? Oh, AWS. Cool. So yeah, we're still early, despite having a stop. So yeah, over here we have a working Ferris wheel, like the London Eye that says, "Just trains on the side." Over there somewhere you have the station, and they even put in like a little bus stop with an advert for, I think it's music. Yeah, it doesn't really load probably. And a phone box with BT in it. And we have a bunch of buildings that look like something from Mother 3. Because they look very run down and dirty. Mal Brawl's version of Mother 3. So yeah, it's a very nice station, even though they have like segregated platforms, or whatever the word is. And I broke too late. So this is Marsden Promenade. Next stop is Balacraig at 1449. So yeah, I really do like the level of detail that JT put into the route. Like, you got a Lancashire and Chaucer car park over here. I mean, look at this. They even put like a little road division in here. And if you go over here, they literally put in like a pier with like a little lighthouse thing and a boat. I mean, I don't think anybody would actually come out here. Where's the lighthouse in underwater? Why? So the next stop is Balacraig in about 6.5 miles, and I'm late, kind of. Yeah, luckily 2 and 3s have really good acceleration. Probably because of their age. I think 313s are about 44 years old. And they're still going. And my car is going green again. It's like an alien invasion, everything goes green, and then like a UFO just descends from the sky. Line to the left is the more direct route from Marsden. So you have to get this route just to see how much detail JT put in. Another 3 and 3 from Portkeane to Marsden to Bravo 26. Speed limit is 60, then 40. And my car is about to go bright green again. Because you can see the green just culminating at the sides with the panel on the bottom. So speed up to 60 and then brake for 40. Here on the right you can see the coast. It looks really cool. So I'll start braking for the 40 limit. So if I look out here, it looks really pretty. Why is there like a gap in the water? Yeah, I don't know why this speed limit goes down to 40. Because we could just continue doing 60. Maybe I think it has something to do with the land or something like that being unstable. But the track definitely looks like we can just go at 60 through it. So 4.20 miles left. Yeah, the 3 and 3 does take a while to accelerate. Like a few seconds. So yeah, just a nice calming ride down the south coast. So yeah, because Marsden is on the south coast of, I assume, the United Kingdom, it's kind of hard to pinpoint where exactly in the UK you should model that, because if you're on the south coast, there shouldn't really be any overhead wires. Because the entirety of South England is either diesel or third rail, or the overhead stuff is north of London. Speeding a little bit there, just gonna bring it back down. So we have 2.5 miles to Balacraig, and speed limit is going back up to 60. So speed limit is now going up to 60 miles an hour for passenger trains and 50 for freight. So I'll put the notch to 4 power, that doesn't make sense, and accelerate to 60 miles an hour before we have to brake for Balacraig. I was also disappointed that the 3 and 3 doesn't come with a passenger view. Look at the cars on the left. Yeah, the window on 3 and 3 is tiny. So to check out the different views, we have this panel, that one, for the saloon light. We have this view, and we're back to here again. And look at that, we're already at 60 miles an hour. Is it me, or does the third rail seem a bit far from the running rails? And look at that, we're on time. And miles away on the left. I don't know which one that is, even though this is a fictional route and it doesn't matter. Oh, it's not motorway, it's just a road with barriers. 14, I think it says 14.43 inches, I think. Like, why do we measure short distances in meters and then roads in miles? Like, can we not pick and choose which metric or imperial? Now approaching Balacraig, and I broke too soon. Actually, leave it just coast for a bit. So, unit 313-215, vehicle 62607, maximum speed is 35 miles an hour. This is Balacraig. Balacraig. So aiming to stop somewhere near the end. Yeah, these platforms are fairly short. And arrival into Balacraig. Balacraig. However, JT, when you pronounce it. Next stop is Kilmarnock West at 14:59. Yeah, 3 and 3 is literally accelerate like a rocket. So next stop is Kilmarnock West at about 4 3/4 miles. So speed limit is still 60. The 3 and 3 is a really fun train to drive. And it's pretty easy to pick up. Well, if you're used to this type of train. This type of second generation. So I think about Kilmarnock, I think it's west and central. They're kind of underground. And it's a shame that JT didn't put any tunnel occlusions in them. So when going in the tunnel, it's still bright in the cab. Do a passing shot because we haven't done one yet. Do it again. Oh yeah, I should also say that the AP track pack has also applied to here. So I don't exactly remember what the original track looked like, I just know that the AP track pack does apply itself to this. And you're speeding again. Warning of 50. So yeah, I think Marsdonshire is actually my favourite fictional route in trains in. Wait, how many fictional routes are there? I bet there's many. I think JT also did like the Valley Corridor route, that's also fictional. But I like this one. I like this one better. Yeah, it would also help if you actually broke to 50. Oh, 6. And add WBs. Nice. So yeah, length to the right goes to the port of Keene, which is a giant freight yard. And we continue straight on into Kilmarnock. So let's accelerate back up to 60 miles an hour as we pass the speed board. So yeah, I just think it's a good idea just to have 3 and 3s go back and forth on the coastway route all day. I would have used the dual voltage 2 and 3s, the one that have third rail and pantograph. Well, the only thing with that is that the 2 and 3s, the dual voltage ones on third rail can only travel like 30 miles an hour. Which means down here you could only travel half the speed limit, which is stupid. So in a dual voltage 2 and 3, you could go around the south coast on third rail, and then at Portkeane you can change to the overhead wise and then go back to Marsden. Another 3 and 3 from Portkeane to Marsden to Bravo 28. Speed limit is 30 miles an hour as we go under the subway. So yeah, you can see the city of Kilmarnock. So we'll be going under it. I wonder what other details they put in here. And there's a couple of people probably smoking a joint. How do we go into the underground bit? This is Kilmarnock West. That looks a lot like the underground. Well, a subsurface station. Travel into Kilmarnock West. Next stop is Kilmarnock Central at 15:04. This is Kilmarnock Central. But there's 2 or 3? 2. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as last one. Rival into Kilmarnock Central. Next up is Portkeane, arriving at 15:20. Take a quick screenshot. So forward, the rate of brick release, power to 1. So next stop is Portkeane in 6 miles. There's a 6 with literal tanks. So 6 Lima 54 Port of Keane to Sculthwaite. Yep, literal tanks. Yeah, I love this route with its detail. And a poor frame rate. Oh my god, my cam's green again. Line to the right is the southern entrance towards Port of Keane, where you can load up the tanks, which is where the tanks came from. We cross over a massive bridge. Yep, I think that's kind of, I think it's a shipping canal. Yeah, the port is over there. There's a giant shipping ship. Shipping ship. Yeah, down there is Port of Keane. So up there you have the northern bit, and then over there you have the southern bit. It reminds me a lot of Dirrell Valley, which I can't play because my computer is a potato. So yeah, it looks really cool. A shipping ship, yes, this floor is meant of floor. Speed limit is now 40 miles an hour. So yeah, it will be twisty-turny all the way to Portkeane, because if you look at the map, we are round here. So we started off down here where that green bay is, and we'll be ending up all the way over here. And you're speeding again. Hold on. Warning of 35. Yeah, I have no idea why my cab keeps going green. So next up is Portkeane, where we join up with the main line, or the high speed main line. We can go up to 125 miles an hour. So if you keep going on from Portkeane, you'll end up in Marsden, back where we started. I guess you could kind of use this route as like a diversionary route, but you would have to reverse in Portkeane, and that's kind of an inconvenience. Well, it would be cool though, like to drive a HST down here. So climbing on 1286, which is really steep. Like, really, really steep. So yeah, we're due into Portkeane in the next 10 minutes. 3 from Portkeane to Marsden to Bravo 30. Yeah, I like how AP added in like the... Do you know the song you get when you scrape a fork on a plate? It sounds like that. So if I do this again, it sounds like you're scraping a fork on a plate. Like if I go on notch 3, then notch 2. It's either you're scraping a fork on a plate, or you're just like scratching a piece of chalk on a blackboard. I guess you with a whiteboard pen on a whiteboard. So yeah, the approach to Portkeane is slow and turny, but you get a nice view. Also, speed limit's going down to 30. Also, I think there's a problem with this scenario because you're coming in on the opposite track to where you normally go, so on the track on the right. Because there's no other signals on that side of the track, and I stopped the 91 that left with us at the next station, the signal outside Portkeane will always be at danger. So I'll have to edit the files quickly and then re-put them back on ACS. Yeah, my bad. Oh, bridge. A very tall bridge. Yeah, why are these trains so hard to drive on a gradient? Because one moment you're speeding up, then you're slowing down, speed up, slow down. Got a double yellow, which means danger aspects should be very, very, very long way away. Warning of 25 as well. So speed limit now 25, so looking on the map, we are nearly into Portkeane. So yeah, most of this bit at the top was mostly just tunnel. I think like a third of the South Coast route is tunnel, which I can just edit out because tunnels are boring to look at because there's nothing there, just darkness. Got a signal yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal, which is about a mile away. Oh, you see the coast again on the left. The coast, the very pretty coast. I think on the other side of that coast is the port of Keene, where that giant shipping container ship was, with the ships, with the army tanks. Right, this train is really a pain in the arse of driving a gradient. It would be a lot easier going downhill because you can just let gravity. You can just let gravity just coast down the hill and use brakes instead of power. Like, Notch 2 isn't powerful enough, and then Notch 3 is just OP. So, you kind of end up going between Notches 2 and 3 every few seconds. Yeah, it's a very twisted route. So, Portkeane in half a mile. I also have to do a hill start because we're climbing at 1 to 64, and you can see the main line. And I can hear a 91. And that one is perfect timing. Yeah, I'm a test run. I think I was running a little bit late, so the train was already in the platform when I got here. And I can hear an Azuma. And I can see one as well. But yeah, by the time you get this, I'll have changed it, so that you should have like a call-on signal. So by the time being, I'm just gonna go ahead because I know the path up ahead is clear. So this is Portkeane, where this service terminates, and the video as well. So if you're interested in like highly detailed fictional routes, I would recommend Marsdonshire from Just Trains. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the South Coast route. I don't know what it's actually called. It's just a name that I gave it. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more traceable content. Like the video if you're so inclined. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Also follow me on Twitter and check out my Discord server. Links in the description below. Coming into our 225 friend thing. So aiming to stop at the end of this canopy. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.